Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly developer update slash diary. So this week I'm gonna quickly show you how the finished game of Prism came out from last week, and then I'll walk you through on what we're working on this week. So if I get Prism up, let's see we got a little icon for it. So we got change the options menu to a controls menu. Thought that'd be easier to understand. So I'll load the game. Still got the dash, still got the slow time. We've moved the UI around a bit, and I think last time I showed this there wasn't any sound effects in it. But all in all, I'm quite happy about this game came out. I think it's definitely the best game we've made so far as a group. See, just all the little particles systems and screen shake that make it. I just feel like this game came out really polished. Ooh, there we go, got a near miss. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I'm quite happy about this game came out. It's actually quite fun. I put a itch link to the game in last week's developer. Oh, got me there. But I put a link to this game in last week's developer diary in the comments. So if you want to check the game out, you just go there. So that was last week's game. Dead happy with how that turned out. And now on to this week. For this week, we entered a game jam based around the theme of delivery. So I've run the game so far. The game is due in a couple of days, so obviously this is still a work in progress. But basically, the whole goal of the game is it's a pizza delivery game, and you have to like pick up orders, which are these red markers at the moment, which obviously those are going to be changed to sprites, and you have to deliver them to the green markers. Then you see a little like order note will come up here. So if I deliver one, it might come up saying like, "Hey yo, the pizza's here," or something like that. So it'll just come up with like messages like telling you to like deliver this to this street, and then this arrow will guide you on where to go. One of my group members has been working with AI, so as you can see, we've got one of each, but we've got a pedestrian like walking around on all the paths, and we've got a car just driving around on the road. So basically the game is when you make a delivery, you'll get a bit of time back depending on how fast you are. So because I've been quite slow just talking here, if I pick this delivery up and deliver it up here, I can see the timer will go up a few seconds, so you get a few seconds back. So it's just trying to deliver as many orders in time before you run out of time, and then the game will end. But yeah, this is the game essentially. It's just a drive around through this big city and deliver pizzas. As for my role in creating the game, I'm the design lead again, like I was on Prism, but I'm also the artist in this case. So I'm like directing the project and doing a majority of the art at the moment, which especially with this game took quite a while. Mainly because if I just go into the scene view and zoom out, as you can see, this city is quite big. So just painting down each individual tile. So like each one of these little squares is something I have to like paint down. It took a long time, but I'm quite happy with how it looks. We went for a like 80s vaporwave aesthetic, which I think looks quite nice. So I chose a colour palette with, a lot of purples and like pinks and that. I think it looks quite nice. Also a fair amount of like yellows and orangey colours. So I'm quite happy with the colour scheme, the art style of it. I'll show you the main menu as well, which one of my group members has been working on the main menu, which looks quite nice. As you can see, it's got like a sunset, which you'll see in a lot of like vaporwave art, but in this case it's a pizza. and that's the name of the game, Fast Food Takeaway Drift, which I thought was quite funny because I thought the name Fast Food was funny because it's a little pun because like, oh, you have to be fast while delivering it, but then the Takeaway Drift it kind of sounds like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, so I thought it was a nice little pun with the game. But this main menu is still a work in progress, but I'm quite happy with how this, like the title art looks in particular. So I think my mate did a good job on that. So as for the game, we've still got a couple days left in development. The main things that need to be added are like the some little art things like, oh, I haven't showed you, this meter here is a boost, which we're going to tone down the final bugs. Right now it goes way too fast, but as you can see, you can basically boost in a direction by holding space. So I just boost this way, I just go absolutely flying. And that little yellow square is the boost pickup, so I need to make the art for that. So the main things that need doing is I need to finish off some little art bits like that and the pick up and drop off points. We need to implement just more of these AI essentially, because the point of these AI, other than making the city not seem empty, is it's going to be like if you hit one, it's not implemented right yet, but if you hit one, essentially, say I hit this guy down there, I'd hit him, it would, well, kill him probably, and you get a time penalty. So it's meant to encourage like, oh yeah, you want to go as fast as possible to try and deliver, so you don't run out of time, but you also want to drive somewhat carefully, just so you don't hit anyone. So this is the game so far. Other than the art and the AI, another thing needs to be added is the sound effects and music, which the music is going to be like very like synth like 80s synth wave aesthetic, if that makes sense. So that should come out quite good. And I'm quite happy with how this game's coming out along so far. There are a lot of little things that I think make it nice, like, it's got screen shake when you crash into stuff. It's got these, like, the exhaust comes off the car. If I drift really hard, I can get to this open area up here. If I drift, as you can see, there's, like, these drift marks that'll fade away over time that I think look really well. And another thing I want to look into is doing some more advanced post-processing, like, camera effects. Because right now I've got your basic, like, bloom, a bit of, like, grain, and then, your very simple post-processing stuff. But I'd like to look into some more advanced stuff just to make the game look even better if I can. As you can see, if I pick up this boost power up, I get a bit of my boost back. So other than that, that's the game so far. This will probably be our last like big game as a group together, because I think after this we're going to be entering a 2-day weekend game jam called like Luden Dare. And then I think that's going to be our final project together, because then the uni year ends. So plans for once we finish these group projects is I'm looking forward to going back to some of my more solo like projects that I was working on. Like I'd like to either go back to working on that soul-bound like possession platformer concept, like the original idea before I tried to adapt it to that esports jam. I'd like to go back to that concept because I think that has a lot of potential. Or I'd like to build upon my Orbit game that I showed a few weeks ago. So, other than that, I think that's everything. As I said, if you want to check out last week's game, I left the itch link in a comment on that. And I'll leave a itch link on the final version of this game once it's finished in the comments below once this is finished. So, other than that, I think that's everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Alright, peace.